Dennis Marty Akins, welcome to the zoning board of January 13, 2026. And Happy New Year to everyone and their families. It's my board members.
Yep.
Board members, Mr. Chin, Mr. Himmel, Ms. Barry, and Mr. O'Brien. Behind me, the head of inspectional services, Rob Conlon, and our clerk, Mrs. Griffin. If anyone has a cell phone, please put it on vibrate or silent. Not to interrupt the meeting. If you're going to talk, please go outside. Could I have a motion, please, for waive the reading of the minutes?
Yes, Mr. Chair, motion to accept and waive the reading of the minutes for the regularly scheduled meetings of November 18, 2025 and December 16, 2025.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. If anyone's going to speak tonight, you got to stand and take an oath. If anyone might speak tonight, if you think you might even speak or make a comment, you have to stand up and take an oath. The people sitting down will not speak in this meeting. Thank you. Mr. Chin?
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the matters now in hearing? Thank you.
Under new business, ZBA 2547,
John Shin.
John Shin for a variance to enclose the existing covered front porch on 42 Elm Ave in Quincy. The applicant and the representative here. Name and address for the record.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Jim Chen. I'll be representing the homeowner tonight, which was a relative.
Your address too?
Our address is, office is 606 Washington Street, Quincy here. And the owner is looking to enclose the front porch. I think it will be a finding, not a variance. Currently, the front yard setback is non-compliant at 16.8 feet, where 25 feet is required. They're gonna enclose that. It's a covered porch. It's 7.7 feet by 18.3 feet. So that result in about 140 square feet of unconditioned area. They're just gonna use it for a mudroom where they're gonna put clothing and shoes.
It's not gonna be heated, nothing?
Not heated. And then in addition to that, they're gonna have to rebuild that stair with a landing, a compliance landing at the front.
Good. Anyone, any questions?
No questions.
No questions.
You can have a seat. Anyone want to speak in favor? First call, second call, third call closed. Correspondence. GPW has reviewed the above project and has no comment. Is there anyone opposed or undecided? First call, second call. Third call closed, let me vote in favor.
I'm in favor as well.
In favor.
In favor.
Likewise.
Motion, please.
ZBA 2547, Ward 5, Zhong Chen Lin for a variance to enclose the existing covered front porch on the premises numbered 42 Elm Avenue, Quincy, Mass. I move to allow the addition.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Further on to tonight's agenda, new business ZBA 55, Jim Chen for a finding to construct an additional story on the 1.5-story dwelling in the same footprint, resulting in a 2.5-story dwelling on the premises numbered 35 Dayton Street in Quincy.
Sorry. Stay right there. Oops, sorry. You're coming
Works.
up, Jim.
Is that not showing up on the screen?
Came up down there and then, right? Let me open the.
There it is.
There we go.
Good evening again, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Jim Chen, JCBT Architect, located at 606 Washington Street in Quincy. The subject property before you tonight is 35 Dayton Street. Our proposal is to add additional story on top of the existing footprint. The original house is, the setback is non-compliant. Currently, the lot is about 4,957 square feet. It's located in Res A zoning district, compiling of mostly single-family in the neighborhood. Majority of the home around the area is about 2.5 stories. So the plot plan here shows 4,957 square feet right on Dayton Street. The front setback is 17.6 feet to the front of the dwelling. Currently, there's one car garage on the property and two outside parking spaces. And so our proposal is to raise on top of that and add an additional story. Here is an aerial view of the
Ken,
surrounding.
if you could speak up so we can get this all, please.
Oh, yes.
Turn it up something on you.
It's right off of Quarry Street. So currently, if you can see here, is 1.5 story surrounded by a majority of the 2.5 stories in that neighborhood. This is a view from the front. It's a single story with a unfinished attic on top. So the original house has a finished basement and a 1-story with 1 car garage and 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. And we're proposing to keep that single car garage here and open up a open concept on the ground floor. Keep that 1 office room in the back and remodel that bathroom on the first floor. New kitchen and then the rear deck, that stays the same. On the second floor, there's 2 additional bedrooms. And then on the left side of the dwelling, of the building, above the 1 car garage, the owner would like to propose to add an ADU unit, which is about 850 square feet. This is a view of the original 1-story, and then our proposed, actually the original height of the building is about 17.6 feet. And then our new proposed height is still less than 35 feet at 39 feet and 1 inch at the average.
39 feet?
29 feet 1 inch. So all these setback will remain the same. That 1 car garage will stay. That will be about it.
So the reason you're here is you had a variance on this property before, which they subdivided the lot. They subdivided the lot, if they didn't do that, they could have put an ADU or another house there, which they decided to do then. Put another house, subdivide that lot. What I see here is a set of plans that you want to turn a 1-family residence A into a 2-family. So I'm not with you, Mr. Chin. I think they had their chance on their own the property to do what they did, and I won't be voting for it no matter what kind of sugar you put on it, so I'm out. Mr. Chin, any questions?
Just want to confirm the building height. Did you say 29 or 34?
29 feet 1 inch.
No, 60.
Is that,
Your dimensional form says 34.34.
That's 29.1. No, it's 34 on the other one. Is that the right one? That's the one. Get the one place.
Get the wrong point.
Yeah.
it is at 29 feet.
Sorry, I was looking at your other petition, Yep. Oh, I see it.
Yep.
Okay. I have no other questions at this time.
Mr. Hamel,
I have no questions.
Ms. Barry?
Can you show us exactly where you expect 3 cars to park?
Yes. So on the driveway, currently is You can park 2 parking spaces there, and then
What
one,
is the dimension of the existing driveway?
let's see. If you can take a look at the photo here, this is about 10 feet, and this is about 12 feet here.
Okay,
So one can easily park 2 parking on the outside and then 1 in the garage.
Requirements 4, because you're not within a half a mile of the train station, correct?
Well, the existing single family with 2 bedrooms would be 2 parking spaces, and the AD will be
Now you're
additional
rebuilding
1.
it, right?
So the additional AD will require
So
1
you're putting
parking.
a new house up, correct?
Correct.
So Brian,
No, the ADU, I'm not
all right, thanks.
in favor.
your existing has 3 bedrooms.
Correct.
Okay,
Now it's just it's 2 bedroom plus an first level office, but it's much bigger bedroom size.
the plans give you 4, almost 5, questionably close to 6 bedrooms.
With the ADU, yes.
Correct, so I'm looking at a 6-bedroom plan with 3 questionable parking spaces.
All right,
Just my comment.
Does this lot belongs to the neighbor to the right side? I was not aware of that they got separated.
yeah. I think there might be 2 variances in the property. There was one, in 78 or something like that, and we looked it up. Well, you have a choice, we either vote on it, and, or you withdraw your petition and come back, or,
Without the ADU, would that be more favorable to the board?
would to me. Anyone else?
To start, number
It's a good start.
number
There
of
we go.
bedrooms, the number of
It's a good
bedrooms
start,
is still
huh?
pretty high,
It is, it is,
you know?
it is.
It has the ingredients of more than a single-family house.
But if we say it's a single-family house and it has to be a single-family house, whether they have 4 bedrooms or 6 bedrooms, it's a single-family house. They can't change it. They can't put walls up and all of a sudden, you know, his petition would come back as a single-family house, and not with an ADU. Or re-advertise it if you like. Good?
Yep.
All right.
May I ask a question?
I would be in favor of something with less bedrooms and smaller than what you've proposed. I think it's an awful lot of square footage on not a lot of land, and too many bedrooms for your parking ratio.
So Brian?
Yeah,
You feel the same?
take the ADU out and let's see what you got. That's what,
You got a lot of bedrooms.
right.
You know, you got an office that could be a bedroom. You know,
I mean, there's a finished basement in it and you're
With
going to
full
open up,
it's got a
yeah.
full bath,
And you're gonna open the second floor up.
right?
I mean, the first floor is gonna be open up
Then
and
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
have
open
3
the second
floors,
floor.
right, 3 floors.
We finished.
So you want one less bedroom?
So you squeeze a lot of stuff in there as far as I'm concerned. I mean, between the basement and the second
Go
floor.
over the garage, maybe you can change his plans, over the garage, have a master suite,
Yeah,
and then, you know, 3 more bedrooms there.
Yeah.
4 bedrooms,
4 is not bad.
4 with a whole
Not
master
6.
suite, right? Put a whole master suite over the garage, make it a nice big home.
Open floor plan on first floor,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I just still, the parking's got me anyway, but I
Huh?
wanna know how they're gonna park there and still get the car in the garage and out of the garage. If someone's in the garage, 2 cars parked there, how do you get out?
Well, that garage parking will be served as the main house, so.
No, no,
it's
I'm
acting.
asking you, how do you get out?
Well,
How do you
the
get out of the
one,
garage if 2 cars are parked in front of them?
the one in the front will have to move. It's acting as a tandem parking.
All right,
So this car would have to move.
Mr. Chin, I didn't know you,
Jim?
Mr. Chin,
Jim, do you have a dimension on the existing, you're gonna keep that garage as is, right? Or are you gonna redo that garage?
Well, the footprint is the same, yeah. He's gonna, the
Just-
roof is gonna come out.
It looks a little small. I'm just wondering, do you have a dimension on
The door is 8
plans-
feet wide.
18 feet?
The
8
door is 8 feet wide.
I mean, with the modifications and no ADU, I might be in favor.
Agreed.
No, February, in February,
Okay.
and we'll do, a remodification on the, plans.
Okay.
Master suite above, maybe?
Reduce the number of
Yeah.
bedrooms.
Yeah, right? We can, why don't we move this to February, what do you got on
February
February?
24th.
What do you have on those? How many?
None right now on
Oh,
February
good.
24th.
We're good.
February
224,
2/24.
224, 26.
Mr. Chair, ZBA 25-55, Ward 4, Jim Chen for a finding to construct an additional story on the existing 1.5-story dwelling in the same footprint, resulting in a 2.5-story dwelling on the premises numbered 35 Dayton Street, Quincy, Mass. Move to continue the petition to February 24, 2026, 6 o'clock.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. ZBA 2561, Heather Monte for variance to construct a bathroom in the outbuilding on the parcel to create a private self-contained office space on the premise number 94 Cliff Street. Applicant or representative here, name and address for the record, please.
Hi there, I'm Heather Monty, 94 Cliff Street.
We need cartoons or something in here to lighten up the crowd. In between, huh?
I wish I could provide that, sorry. All right, good evening, Mr. Chairman, Vice Chairman, and the board. My name is Heather Monty. I live at 94 Cliff Street. I'm seeking the variance of 332, the zoning ordinance to allow for an existing finished accessory structure, as you can see here, to become a self-contained home office. The structure already exists. It's assessed by the city as, quote, improved good, end quote, as an outbuilding. We are not proposing any exterior changes nor an expansion of the footprint. The change would not alter the appearance of the building. My wife and I both work from home as in nonprofit organizations, and we have hybrid schedules, meaning that oftentimes we are both working from home. 94 Cliff Street is a modest 2-bedroom home, and with a growing family, we don't have sufficient private office space. The outbuilding would provide a quiet, private workspace, and a bathroom would allow it to be self-contained, so one of us could work there for the full day without having to leave. We're also physically active, and my wife, by medical necessity, has a prescribed physical therapy routine, so having a bathroom in the space would be even more practical. Granting the variance would not alter the character of the neighborhood, as there are no exterior modifications proposed, so it would remain looking the same. It would also not increase the density or burden on city services, as this would not become an additional dwelling unit. And it would not diminish surrounding property values, as the existing structure remains residential in appearance and use. My wife and I intend to stay in Quincy and raise a family here. We moved to 94 Cliff Street in June of 2024, and we've really enjoyed getting to know the neighbors. We've spoken to many of them, and we also were able to go door to door and share our plan and project with them, and we received 23 signatures in support. We've also spoken to City Councilor Virginia Ryan, who's visited our home and has seen the space. We're respectfully asking for relief so we can make practical use of an existing finished structure in a way that reflects modern remote work needs. Thank you very much for your consideration.
And I feel for you, I do. I just think it's a bad precedent in the city of Quincy to have a shed with a bathroom in it. It just can create bad things, so with that, I just can't support that. I don't think it's good for the city, I don't think it's good. I mean, you gotta go back and forth, if you're using it as an office as it is, you gotta go back and forth. Like I said, I feel bad for you, but it is setting wrong precedent in the city. I just think it's and the next guy want one, I'll put one in my shed, and next thing you know, you're out there all day and night, it's just not good, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good, so.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Himmel?
I have no questions anyway.
Mr. Chin, Mr. Chin,
I have no questions.
I thought you went like
Thank you,
this,
Vice
like, I thought you were all set.
That was for you.
Oh,
I don't have any questions. I have to agree with the chairman. I think it sets a precedent that I don't think we're ready to deal with.
Yeah,
What is the size of the existing structure?
Sure. So our home in total is 1,100 square feet, but the main home is 950. So the structure itself is approximately 150 square feet, and we'd be proposing a bathroom within that to make it self-contained. That's around 58 square feet.
Okay, so what's the dimensions of the structure? Do you have that information?
I have right here, this slide. So we have
So it's 10 by
17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Right, just sticking with prior judgments, to be consistent across the city. I have to unfortunately oppose.
and we've had a lot of, we've had people wanting that, they want their outbuildings, and you feel for them, it's a place for an office, but it's just,
And it's not your
right,
issue, it's the,
it's the city.
if you sell it or somebody else comes in, and that's, we've been consistent in unfortunately denying. The city council, I believe, is working on permitting stuff like this now, but as of right now, they don't.
I understand.
You'd like to withdraw, or you want to vote on the petition?
Is there anything that can be changed to, I don't know, increase your appeal in the future?
Maybe if the city changes zoning, they allow that.
Okay.
I know we catch people that do garages, and they put illegal bathrooms in it. And then all of a sudden, 5 years later, we go back and we check, we see it's been checked a couple of times, and you can't get in, then you go back there, all of a sudden the garage is finished, there's people living in it, so it becomes a horror show, and then you get caught, you gotta spend all the time in revenue and all that just to get it back out of there. So, it's up to the city council if they want to change their zoning, and, and I do feel bad for you, because you have a small house. I was at your house and I saw the small side, you can't even get in the back, you gotta look through the
It's true.
fence, and then I had to go around the side to see the little building by a driveway in the back. I know, it's a cute little place.
We like
I
it.
guess I feel bad, yeah, it's a cute house, I mean, even the back, it looked nice. It's like
yeah.
a nice office building,
Yeah.
little place to work in,
We love it there, but thank you very much. I think I'll withdraw the proposal.
okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, Mr. Chair, ZBA 2561, Ward 4, Heather Monty for variance to construct a bathroom in the outbuilding on the parcel to create a private self-contained office space on the premises numbered 94 Cliff Street, Quincy, Mass. Move to allow the petitioner to withdraw the application.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. ZBA 2563, JCBT Architect for a variance to subdivide the parcel and construct a 2.5-story single-family dwelling on the premises number 14 Albion Road in Quincy. Name and address for the record, you have the floor.
Good evening, Chair and member of the board. My name is Trem Nguyen. I'm with Bonnie from JCBT Architect, represent the owner of 1418 Albion Road. The property at 16 Albion Road currently consists of 2 parcels, with a single-family residence located on the right parcel. The combined lot area is 11,000 square feet. Historically, this property existed as 2 separate lots before being merged into a single parcel. The applicant is proposing to re-establish the 2 original lots and construct a new 2.5-story single-family residence on the left parcel. The proposed home will include 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, a 1-car garage, and 3 additional off-street parking in the front. And in the rear, we're gonna demolish the existing garage, so leaving more green space. The attic level will be used as an open playroom, and the basement will remain unfinished for mechanical and storage purpose. Variance of relief is being requested for minimum lot size, lot width, frontage, and side yard setback. Along Albion Road, typical single-family lots are approximately 5,000 square feet. This property is the only parcel on Albion Road that currently consists of a double lot. Yeah. And right now on the existing house, single family house, they have in the rear will be 3-car garage, and it's in a bad shape. It can be rebuilt or parked in the original location.
Isn't that parking for the other house, where that goes in?
Maybe it's better to
That's where the tracks go in that street,
show
correct?
the. So currently,
Where do they park, that house, where do they park?
right
18.
now, there are 2 3-family detached garage in the rear. So there's a fence right here, wood fence right here. That's why some cars
There's
just
no
park in
fence.
front.
There's no fence.
No, there's a fence.
Oh,
Right here, there's a fence, wood fence right here that we see. But the garage is behind that.
They made it a solid fence, yeah, you got.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know when that was taken, but everything's been mowed and
yeah.
it don't really look that very nice at all, and all the dirt and all the cups and all the shit all over the property hasn't been taken care of. But the back, I mean, the thing's falling down, correct? It's the garage you have,
The,
one you got like brick, it's not, it's like block, correct?
the left one,
Has
on the
block.
left
The one
parcel
behind
is
you
block.
ripping down is all
Yes.
block. The one on the right's all wood and it's
Yes.
cavitated, it's ready
They-
to fall in anyway.
yes,
Is
they
that
were hap-
going too?
Yes,
That's being ripped down too.
that will be
It is
taken
now.
down.
During this project, will that be ripped down?
Yes,
So,
whether it's gonna be
Someone's gonna
rebuilt,
get hurt back there,
Yeah.
not hurt or killed, 'cause that's a mess, really is a mess, especially someone hasn't cleaned it up. My thing is, the road that's there, are you using this so both of yous can go in the back? There's gonna be a shared driveway?
no shared driveway. They both have individual driveway.
Well, he don't have a driveway, there's one set
let
of
me-
tracks
let me
going
see.
in the middle of that property.
So
Right
there will
now.
be separate driveway. So this new driveway
I know.
will go
And it's
into,
double wide, there's no fence or nothing
No.
down there that I see. So
No
you're just-
fence.
You're just gonna go and
Yeah.
plow it, one thing. So you're really sharing the driveway, really.
you can say that, yes.
That's what
It will be
you're looking
double width, yeah.
in-
But the proposed driveway will only go that far for an extra parking space on the side. It
why does
wouldn't
it
go
have to
all the way to the
Why
back.
does it have to go back that far? My question.
It wouldn't go all the way back because
No, why does it have to go back that far? Why do you gotta pave way back there? Why can't you bring the car up by the house? in front
This
of the
one?
house? Yeah.
Because they got the other
We
2
can,
cars
I
backing
mean-
up.
we don't need that parking space. We only
Not
need
my
3,
problem.
so it's just the extra one. They can end it right there.
Right, and when you're subdividing the property, are you gonna write this up as a shared driveway?
No, it will be separate.
So do we want a fence
Individual.
down the middle?
Well,
You
we're
might
not,
like the guy that lives next door in 4 years, or 2 years and 6 months.
we can propose a fence up to a point, so is wide enough for
I think they just.
separate driveway?
The land is, where that, right now, where it's located, I don't believe there's enough room. That's not
It's
where that
20
is,
feet.
I don't think.
Is 20 feet overall wide for the 2 driveways, so 10 each. And I mean, it's wide enough for this
Then
single
how far are
family.
you, I can't read this because
Oh, I can
the
zoom in.
print's missing here.
Uh,
On the new house,
So if you're
on the
looking
new
at,
house, what do you got to that driveway?
let me see. So you can see it's 2 10-feet driveway right here.
So
2 10
he's
feet.
gonna end up, what's that other house doing over there?
That
What are you
house
gonna do
they,
with that?
the
Are they
existing,
gonna park tandem?
the existing, no, they have an existing garage there, whether that,
That's going down, you said.
that's
You're
coming
ripping that
down, but they will still park there.
That's all I wanna know.
Yeah.
Where they're gonna
They-
park.
They will still
I
park
don't know if they're
there.
having a backyard over there and a nice back, you're getting rid of that.
There's no plan.
Where's
I
the
could-
parking there? So you're taking up your whole backyard for a
So-
couple cars?
This is not, sorry. This is currently existing driveway, so that's the,
So they're gonna park right there and you get rid of the garage, it's
Yeah.
all gonna be, all big in green space.
I can ask the owner if you
Okay,
don't
why
mind.
don't you do that?
Can you come up?
No, and it's not, that's coming down, it's gonna fall
Yeah.
down, someone's gonna get
The other
killed.
parking right here.
Hmm?
While you're on the
Will you be
parking.
willing to turn that existing
I don't have
garage
parking
to
spaces in
green
front of the
space?
house. I think that looks
No,
terrible.
no,
The house should be further
Touch
forward.
it,
and the
turn into
parking
green
in the
space.
back.
He's
Yeah.
willing to turn that into green space, that existing garage, and we just park the the parking space will be at the existing
no, what
driveway.
I'm looking at, you see how this house is set back? So your parking's in front?
So why is it going
Yeah.
down this
Why
road?
isn't that house up with this one? And then you're parking behind like the other one, both of you go up and turn it into a park,
We can too. I mean, we feel like the pavement will be less.
that's what it would be.
Right. So to put in the back, the driveway will be, pavement will be more, less green space. So
But
if
it
you,
won't, you'll have a front, you'll have somewhat of a front yard.
so the driveway will be really, we have a garage too. We have one car garage.
So you come off 9 feet or 10 feet.
So we
whatever
just,
this is. I can't read this because either someone right out of ink or they're just too cheap to print it the right way, which really aggravates me. Look at it, you can't read here, I can't read nothing. You got this gigantic piece of paper, and I got these little things in there. I'm not 15 years old, I can't read that shit, it's getting stupid. Keep telling people, come on, enough. You got all these symbols and this, but you don't give me no dimensions on the driveway or nothing.
so,
That house should come up, you both should park in the back and have them look the same on the
Sure.
street. So you don't have this woo cars in the front of your house. It's just, if you're gonna have them in the back, keep them in the back, keep them all in the back, make it look the same, correct?
Yes.
do you,
Woo,
Huh?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
we move
Rather
the
see a little
garage
more- Little more
Move the
tower,
garage as well.
and the house up front.
with the
garage,
garage,
space in the
bring it forward? Are we
Yeah.
still,
We can do that.
we're not
Well, you're
seeking?
gonna have some,
use
you're
the
gonna have some
garage
paving
unless-
just to get into the garage,
Unless it's a
correct?
door, garage door facing
We will
the
have
street,
to
right?
have a lot of pavement in the back for the 3-car garage. I mean, 3-car parking. back.
Whatever you gotta do.
Pavers.
You're gonna move that up, what, 20, 30 feet?
I mean, we'll be asking for a lot in paving if that's okay.
But
with the
wait a
board.
minute, wait a minute.
Same amount of paving.
We can, because the driveway will go all the
But
way
you're gonna have
back
it
with
all the way up
parking
here.
and
The only
turning
difference is
radius.
probably, you're gonna have a 9 by 10, maybe 90 square feet more. There's really not gonna be enough, because this backyard's gonna have, still that backyard, it's just, what do you need you need 27 feet for parking, correct? 3 nines. You
Uh,
give each one 9 feet, plus the
But
turning,
plus the turning radius.
right, you're gonna have the turn radius, but the house is gonna be up here, so you go up
Yeah.
there, you turn in, right, and a little back, so you have a little jog out 4 feet where they back up and pull up, correct?
Correct, but it will be more paving than.
Yeah, 4, so you
currently.
get 4 by 4 feet, and probably 90 feet, I don't know, 120 square feet,
That
that's not a
is-
ton.
If it's okay with
And
the
it
board,
would
it's
look-
okay
It
with
would
me.
look so much better on that street to me,
Yeah.
it's just like, why do you want a house
no-
with all cars in front, as you're driving by and you see a house right up front? And what are you doing with that outhouse? Are you gonna be doing that over, or you're just gonna leave it like that, so? Someone living in it?
Would the board prefer the new house to align with the existing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure,
And all the parking in the back, including the garage.
sure.
Both
Well,
garages?
the garage she has up front, she could pull right off the street with one small little piece of tile to go into the garage, correct?
Prefer
It will
that.
be wider curb, but
You wanna get rid of the garage and you
I
want
want
the
in
wall
the back.
back?
I want off the back of
Yeah.
the house.
Oh,
Back.
back
But
of
I
the
No
want
house.
garage
the back
up
of the
front.
house.
You're
New
gonna
garage in
change-
front.
Taking the garage
I'm
out.
not sure we have enough turning radius to go.
I'm sure you could spend some time and work on some plans and
No,
bring
no,
them
no,
back.
I'm not even saying turn in there. We're not saying that.
I think the driveway should go straight back.
So we're getting rid of the garage.
They can have the garage, but flip it to the back of the house.
But flip,
Then you, you can't get your cars in there, 3 spots,
Yeah,
you
you
almost
can
caved
get
in the whole
into-
back.
If we put the garage right here or right here, we need a really wide.
Right, you gotta turn
Yeah, I
all
don't
the way
think you got
around,
the
plus you're
radius.
blocking the other car, well, you're blocking the other cars too.
So either we have a wider curb to bring this house down, wider curb to get this in and the driveway in to the back,
Right.
or get rid of this garage and have 3-car.
3-car parking in the back. Right?
With no
Regular
garage?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, you just want all 3
Yeah,
cars
no.
in back, or you want 2 cars in back and 1 on the side up in the front? So you only got 2 cars in back now, you only got 18, 20, 22 feet of pavement, right? Instead of
If
32.
you have the
instead of
garage
32.
in the front and the driveway,
Yeah.
that's a lot of asphalt right there in the front. That's my concern. I'd rather see, 10-foot wide from the front straight to the back. Let them figure it out in the
And
back.
figure it out in the back, all right. you got it,
Exactly.
Okay.
You got it. So we want a date, February 27th,
24th.
24th, I mean, we'll come back and do this. You have a new set of plans 2 weeks ahead, correct?
Yes,
There you go.
thank you.
Thank you. Can I have a motion, please?
Sure. GBA 2563, Ward 6, JCBT Architect for a variance to subdivide the parcel and construct a 2.5-story single-family dwelling on the premises numbered 14 Albion Road, Quincy, Mass. I move to continue the matter to February 24, 2026 at 6 o'clock PM.
Second.
On the motion?
Aye.
Yeah.
Favor.
That's that. The next one they'll have ink on. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so moved.
Bring it.
You getting an SOS?
Me?
No, be mine.
We got 2 from that.
Counselor,
Whose phone is this? I think it's your phone.
oh my fucking God, I grabbed my little son. I grabbed both phones.
I was wondering why.
I'm looking at it, going, DDD, who the hell's
I thought you
phone
ran
is
into accident.
My kids, yeah, I got 2 phones in one drug. Oh my God, I grabbed the kid's Zachary phone. He's gonna look at that.
Randy?
That's gonna be the next one.
I thought it was yours when it was on my site.
No,
Put it over
no.
there.
No, mine's right there.
CBA case 2568, Boston Properties Managed LLC for variance and special permit to raise the existing structure and construct a 3-story, 8-unit residential structure with 13 parking spaces on premise number 3 Taylor Street, Higher Street, in Quincy. Counselor, you're up.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, my name is Edward Fleming. I'm here on behalf of Boston Property Management LLC and joined tonight by John Hanson from Boston Property, Chi Mann from Hardy Mann, who's a civil engineer, and she will talk about the civil engineering matters in a moment, and Glenn Hoffman, who's the project architect. Mr. Chairman, as you mentioned, this is a property identified as 3 Thayer Street. It's located within the Quincy Center zoning district and located in the Business C district. The property is a 9,202 square foot parcel of land improved right now by a 10-room rooming house. It's located on the corner of Thayer and Bridge Street. It has about 7 parking spaces in the rear of the site that provide parking for the rooming house in a parking lot in the back of the property that has access from Bridge Street as well. This whole area, as this board is probably well aware, has really changed dramatically over the last 7 to 10 years. As you know, the Temple Beth El used to be located at the Hancock Street and Bridge Street, and there were other smaller properties in the back. That was acquired by Boston Property a number of years ago. 2 large-scale condominium buildings were built on that site that now comply with the Quincy Center zoning district, although that was done actually before the zoning was in place, and it sought relief from this body and also from the planning board. So the whole neighborhood has changed dramatically. This rooming house was utilized by Boston Property, or Peter McLaughlin, and another business that was really assisting people with alcohol and substance abuse issues. And the 10-room rooming house provided housing or rooming housing for those tenants. But the area now has changed, and we're really looking to kind of improve the area from a more transient kind of style to more permanent style. So the proposal that's before you tonight is to remove the rooming house, to build a new 3-story, 8-unit condominium building. There'll be condominiums. Those units will be for sale. There'll be garage parking underneath the building, as well as additional parking in the back in a surface parking lot for 13 vehicles, which is more than 1.5 spaces per unit, which actually complies with the zoning ordinance as it is in the Quincy Center zoning district. That parking will be accessible via Bridge Street, via two driveways on Bridge Street. And we've had a lot of discussions. This matter was already before the planning board. It was approved by the planning board. During that time, it was reviewed by independent peer review and a traffic consultant. We worked with the city's traffic consultant in those driveways as they access the site, and we worked through issues of concern regarding those, but we're comfortable that will provide appropriate access to the proposal. And she will talk a little bit more about the professional drainage control measures that will be included that don't exist today. This, as you know, this is in close proximity to the Furnace Brook. Furnace Brook is really pretty close proximity, but this will be an improvement to the existing conditions. The relief that we're seeking tonight is a special permit to allow the continued residential use of a business zoned property. And we're asking for variances from the minimum lot area of, the lot area in Business C provides and requires 42,000 square feet, whereas in the Quincy Center zoning district, it's 15,000. We're at 9,200 square feet, so we ask for a little bit of relief there. And we're also asking for some minimal variance setback relief for the front setback. As you understand, this is on a corner lot, so the corner lot creates a hardship for this site to comply in full with the zoning ordinance. So this will be a condominium building. As I said, there's 13 spaces being provided. Each unit will be deeded 1 parking space. So the 5 additional spaces will be determined by demand. So if a unit owner wants a second space, they may have an opportunity to buy a second space, or those spaces will be made available and utilized by the visitors. There will be washers and dryers in each of the units. Glenn will talk a little bit more in detail about the layout of those units, and he'll also talk about how the equipment on the roof and things of that nature, and the windows as well. So with that, I'd like to turn this over to Glenn just to walk through the architecturals. Yep.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. For the record, my name is Glenn Hoffman. I'm principal of GPH Design LLC. I'm located in 1 Adams Street in Milton. I'll give you a quick walkthrough of the building. Ed, are we on?
Yeah, you can scroll right up.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Get to that. We'll start here. This is the ground floor plan as Ed described. There are 13 parking spaces. 5 of the spots are underneath the building, but on the outside of the envelope. The other spots are within the garage. As we said, there's 13 spots. At least 8 of the spots will be deeded to 1 per unit on the project. He described the 2 driveways that are off Bridge Street there. Down more. Regarding the building itself, there are 8 total units. 4 of the units are 2-bedroom units. The other 4 of the units are 2-bedroom plus a den. Obviously, we're trying to appeal to the commuter. Scroll down. As Ed said, each of the units has a washer and dryer. Each of the units has 2 bathrooms. Open kitchen, living area. I'll get to the roof in a second, but right now, we're planning on using, electric fan coil units, so, the rooftop units will be minimal. My experience is if you locate them properly in the middle of the building, you don't see them from the street, which would be the plan. In which case, if it did, we would screen them out.
Just everyone in the other buildings look down
Correct. Can't screen that.
The units will be small.
I know.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to the, rendering of the building, we talked about that. So the materials we're planning on using in this building is, we're gonna have an EPDM flat roof system with, insulation. The siding will be cementitious clapboard siding. We're also gonna introduce in the window bays some, cementitious panel systems. Obviously, we're trying to appeal to the, local vernacular at the same time, give the building a modern look. As I know you're all aware, you see a lot of this type of fabric in Quincy. Dated parking. The windows themselves, we're planning on using vented windows, but not full open windows. So you will be able to get fresh air into the unit, but you're not gonna be able to open it up all the way. So that'll meet all code requirements. We talked about the equipment on the roof. The only thing that should be up there are the condensers, one for each unit. With that, I'd like to address any questions you might have regarding the design.
No, it's a good looking building and it's kind of ratty down there now. I like the idea of something new going in there, at least. That's like not a good place that you have over there right now.
Yeah, and as part of the development team, we also hired Karen Goslin, who's a landscape architect, and she provided a plan to the planning board. And there's a significant amount of landscaping being provided around the building, as you can kind of see in these rendering. So Chief?
And for the record, my name is Chi Man from Hardyman Design Group, with address is 1285 Washington Street in Weymouth.
You gotta speak up a little, it's hard to hear tonight. There you
Okay,
go.
and that's some of the renderings of the building. That's, so we go down to the site plan. Just zoom it down a little bit. So again, here's the, it's more like a irregular shaped building parcel, with fronting both, Bridge Street and Thayer Street. The building entrance is going to be fronting Bridge Street here, and also the two driveway curb cut. The curb cut on the up top here is the existing curb cut we are going to we utilize, and we are going to be proposing a second curb cut, which is going to be going into the garage parking inside the building. So the driveway here is going to be bituminous driveway. It's open air, and then the parking is under the building. For utilities, we are going to utilize all the city provide utilities, new sewer connections going to be tied onto Thayer Street. And we are going to tap a new water main for the fire protection and the domestic water services into the mechanical room right here. At this point, we are not 100% sure we need the transformer. We have to talk to National Grid because this is only 8-unit building, so my experience on other 8 units building, we might have a pole mount transformer, but in the case that we need a transformer, it's going to be located at the corner here, and it's going to be all screened by landscaping. And on the sidewalk, the city actually, we built all the sidewalk along the frontage of the site, so any sidewalk disturbed by, utility installation and the new curb cut is going to be new sidewalk matching the city standard, and a driveway curb cut for the residential, for the underground parking, not underground, but the ground floor parking, garage parking is going to be a paver system that, is better appearance to the, better aesthetic to the building. For the stormwater, the current site doesn't have any stormwater management system. everything from the roof down to the ground is basically sheet flow out to the street and get down to the catch basin downstream from us. So our new building, the whole entire roof is going to be a flat roof. We are going to be catching all the roof water and go into the driveway. It's going to be a Caltech system installed underground. And that is going to be, we are going to be reducing runoff on all 2, 10, 25, and 100-year storm as comparing to the existing conditions. And the stormwater quality is also going to be enhanced by this Caltech system have something called isolation roll, which can remove the total suspended solid. So we have trench drain here and to intercept all the runoff from the open pavement area. Also, they all route into the underground Caltech system, and we have an overflow pipe that's going to connect to the city drainage system. So in terms of water quality, is going to be improved, and the amount of water that they charge in the city system is going to be reduced. And one last thing we're going to talk about is we also have a dumpster area. It's going to be all screened off. It's a roll-off dumpster, so the trash pickup is going to come from Bridge Street. We can roll this out, and it's going to be a private trash pickup from the for the facility. Open up for any questions.
How big is that Caltech system you have?
This system is the, we have 9 units. It's three
Yeah, I see
row
it.
by 3.
What is it?
It's 3 row by 3. It's 9 units.
Yeah. What's the flow rate out of that?
The flow rate, if you give me a minute, I can tell you that, and the exact volume.
I can't read these little teeny prints, so I'm out. I got to ask.
That, give me one.
I think my kid could read that. Oh, magnifying. That's where I have them. Two of them, you need 2 of them, then the paper starts burning. Stop it.
We're gonna have to start requesting a full-size set of plans.
Like I did, I don't know, did that twice in my term.
So the total volume of Caltech system is 935 cubic feet. It's a fairly large system. And also the paver system we are going to be providing is a porous pavement. So it's also have a volume of about 80 cubic feet.
I just wanted to know what the flow is. Ken, any questions?
I do not have any questions.
Mr. Himmel?
No questions.
Ms. Barry?
I don't see much storage. With regards to the parking garage, would there be, could you make your spaces longer? Would there be enough swing space? So storage could be built in front of the parking spaces? We all know people have bikes and golf clubs and stuff to store. So if there was built-in storage in front of the interior parking spaces, would there be enough swing space to, in the driveway?
I believe the city requires a 24-foot drive aisle.
And what do you currently have in the plan?
We have 24 foot.
So it is the bare minimum.
I believe it's 24.
We can't
Okay.
help
If you go to the lower, you can go to 20, I believe, right?
A lot of the apartment in, urban setting, we have down to 20 feet, but the city standard is 24. So we can squeeze a couple feet down on this side and create those storage space if we need to.
In this rack type systems that I'm familiar with that can be installed within the garage on the walls where bikes and things of that nature can be hung up. So that's certainly something we can look into.
Well, I think they're safest when they're secure, when they're, can be enclosed or closed in or locked in. So from a practical standpoint, you're looking at $900 to $1 million units. Based on the size, people are gonna have stuff. And your plans don't call for a bike room or much storage outside of the condo units. So I think as a practical matter, if there can be some structured storage in front of the parking spaces, that would be useful. I don't actually love the design. I think we've seen a lot more attractive buildings come through the board as of late. But, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, we can look into that, and also a little space left over from next to the handicap parking, so we can maybe steal some space and make some storage space in the garage.
We may not necessarily need all the room. We could show that mechanical room at the front on the ground level. We may not need all that space either. We may be able to put storage bins in that space as well. So I believe it could work out.
So we can agree to make efforts to find some additional storage space within that mechanical room and within the garage overall. I don't know, what do we have on the outside? I was just gonna see, like, on the, I don't know what we have for space within whether there was additional space that could be made available for some type of storage within the driveway system as well. So we can look at different options of trying to create some storage space.
I think your most practical use would be within the garage itself.
Bike rack,
I manage properties for a living. I see where people put stuff.
So the
and where it doesn't work well.
mechanical room might be the best option to create some storage space. So we'll certainly look at that.
We went with the 20-foot drive aisle, and we could get a 2-foot by 9-foot storage space for each parking spot.
I highly recommend that.
Okay.
Mr. O'Brien,
Gee, do you have is that a basement there?
It's no
In the
basement, slab by
existing-
grade.
In the existing building, there's a basement? Or is it
I believe there's a basement, but this building is.
Yard
by
grade.
yeah,
Okay. And it's only one way coming down Bridge Street?
Bridge Street is one way coming down.
Okay,
It's a stop sign.
I mean, why they is two-way, that's stupid too.
I know, but, I mean,
You gotta wait for a car to drive by because someone's parked on the sides, because you can't get out.
yeah, but we ran into that with the building on the opposite side,
Right.
the high-rise there, with the one-way traffic coming up Bridge Street. So, no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone like to speak in favor? First call, second call? Counsel, you want to speak at the end?
Yes.
Okay. Call our part of the hearing closed. I have a letter here.
Planning board people, they just said they applied to planning board.
I got a letter here from DPW. We reviewed the provided comments for the project from planning board. All comments have been addressed by the applicant. You see no further comments needed. Is there anyone opposed or undecided? First call, second call? Counsel, you're up. Congratulations on your election.
Thank you.
I hope you're here like our last council, Mr. Crafty was.
Want to say that again?
All the time.
Oh, yeah.
And anything Award One, I expect you here.
I will
Thank
be
you.
here. I will be here.
I know you will.
So I'm David Jacobs. I'm the new Ward 1 counselor. I just have a few questions about the project, some of which were answered.
Yep,
Regarding the spaces, just want to add some additional, just clarifying questions.
go ahead.
The deeded parking spaces, the ones that are deeded, like they'll be included in the price of the unit, or is it going to be over and above?
There is, and we're gonna add one thing at the end.
Yeah,
That it can't be used, outsiders cannot go in and use that building.
Right, so, and
They
then
can't
just,
sell them to someone outside, it has to, it's gonna be what we're gonna put in our paperwork.
great, and, I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Shauna.
So Jonna mentioned that she doesn't think the building's that attractive. I agree. I also don't think it's, I mean, it's not ugly either, but, it is within view of the Adams National Historical Park. I used to work for the National Park Service. I served on the Historic Commission in Quincy for many years. And when that building across the street from 3 Thayer went in, they had a lot of those panels, like, in this drawing, there's those black panels. And that building across the street called for a lot of those panels as well. And so the Historic Commission was like, we'd prefer, I know it's still a 3-story building and not historic, but those panels don't look great, from a distance. So just to have something like more consistent, like a siding look. Also, I'm concerned about the height, not necessarily the height of the building, but the screening out of the utilities on the on the roof. You know, right now, there's the Interface Social Services building, which, you know, blocks some of it, but, you know, we don't know if, as development goes, we don't know if that building, how long that building will be
You'll
there.
never see it from the ground. You'll never see it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm just making sure,
Right.
you know, that's all,
You
those are
won't see
just,
it from the ground, but you will see it if you're in another place. But you've seen them outside people's houses all the time.
yeah. But again, just,
Foot by 4 feet.
yeah, but, you know, again, concerned about like those panels, you know, I know that's more like the Historic Commission, they look at the actual aesthetics of the building, but it would be nice, you know, I personally find them unattractive, and I think that it's unattractive, you know, from the standpoint of the Adams National Historical Park. You know, if you look at that building across the train tracks, like that whole side of that building is, at least on the train track side, is sided specifically for that reason.
Okay.
That's all I have for now.
Thank you, Counsel. You guys got something to say about that?
Yeah, actually, I think quite a bit of the building, as Glenn was just saying to me, is actually clapboard style siding. So maybe the images don't present a very good picture. We will, however, and I said this to Councilor Jacobs, and because I spoke with the planning department about it as well, we will appear before the Historic Commission. We'll present this to them. They did raise questions about the Bridge Street matter that Mr. Jacobs was mentioning, and there were some modifications of it. So we'll work with them to modify the design in accordance with any concerns they may raise. And certainly shading or screening of the equipment on the roof is important to us as well. We believe that the equipment's going to be much smaller than anticipated, but we'll work with the commission on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, just to be clear that the units on top of the roof are literally 30 inches wide by about 30 inches tall.
So they're small.
Right.
How tall is it from the
They're
actual?
eight,
roof? How
8
tall is
inches
that?
deep, 12 inches deep.
How tall is the lip actually gonna be from like the top, you know, the surface of the roof to like the side of the building? I mean, is it flush? I mean,
There's
is it
no
you know-
parapet.
Right,
There's
no
no slight
parapet.
parapet, but no, it won't be high.
No problem.
Or we can screen the equipment on the roof, on the roof itself, by placing them in the middle and then creating screening mechanisms.
Yep.
If you had to, yeah.
If you look at the perspective, you're not seeing anything on that roof.
Right.
3 feet high, it's just, unless, as the chairman said, if you're in another building with
Right.
that side.
Anything else?
No.
The only thing I want to make sure we put in there, if I put through that, those parking spaces can't be rented or anything outside of that building. So no one, someone across the street wants to give them $1,000 a month for the space, they can't rent it.
Part of the conditions.
You want additional,
Yeah, part of the condition.
you want additional storage space to be
Yeah.
located within the footprint of the building.
Within the garage space, so it'd be locked up, you know. Donna's right, if you put it on the other side, it's no good, you're blocking steel stuff, so. Gotta be
Okay.
under the garage, but that's good.
right.
We all set? Call up out of hearing closed. I'll be voting in favor.
I'm in favor with conditions.
Yep.
In favor with the conditions stated.
In favor with conditions.
I'm just in favor.
You haven't heard the conditions.
Baby.
Mr. Chair,
Motion, please.
ZBA 2568, Ward 1, Boston Property Management LLC for a variance and special permit to raise the existing structure and construct a 3-story, 8-unit residential structure with 13 parking spaces on the premises number 3 Thayer Street, Quincy, Mass. Move to allow the petition with the following caveats. Number 1, petitioner to locate additional storage space within the garage for the unit owners. And the second condition would be that no parking space shall be rented or sold to a non-unit owner.
Second.
On the motion, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved. Motion adjourned.
Thank you very much.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, so moved.